You who are watching this, there is something I want you to know. Or if you already know it, let me remind you that whatever content that you watch on the internet, YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, that video that you watch, that picture that you look at, that text that you read, the creator gains something in some ways. Even watching this video, spending your time, you have a lot of things to do. I believe that you are supposed to gain something. Why am I saying all these things? It is because of this very tough question from Kahel. He was on the Setback Podcast.
Can tell me a little bit more about you, but my question mostly is about why are you doing this?
Wherever I go, I take pictures and write something about the region, ways of life, how people live there. You see me also doing short documentary films, doing that in English, which is a little bit confusing. How do I do that in a French-speaking community? A Kirundi-speaking community. Also see me in the studio, hosting people on the Setback Podcast, also in English. Talking to Burundians who are in Burundi, who are abroad, even talking to people who are not Burundians. Let me tell you this, I'm not a writer. If you take your time and read my text, you can see that I'm not a writer. You see me hosting people on the Setback Podcast. I'm not a podcaster. Who am I then? Before I can tell you who I am, let me tell you a sad story about me and about my generation. Those who are in the 20s, 30s, my generation. What I'm going to say, I don't want it to be controversial, but anyways, we are also not supposed to see it in the same way because we are not the same. This is from my analysis that I did for about 5 years, carrying out research, looking at what's happening around me, and based on my story, I'm among them. We grew up, we went to school, we did primary school, we did secondary school. The turning point is when you are about to start university. Some of us, it is confusing what to go for. Should I go for languages? Should I go for literature? Should I go for mathematics? Should I go for history? Should I go for economics? Should I go for communication? Should I go for computer literacy? Should I go for medicine? So it is a turning point. They are at the crossroads. They are in a total dilemma. The parents or uncles, aunties, they tell you, what, go do that because even your uncles who are in America, went to America, they did that. In your family, we do medicine. In your family, we do communication. In your family, we do economics. In your family, we do this and that. And you see that you are good. They try to find a faculty for you and you go for university and you do that, right? Others are passionate about certain things, are good at certain things, but there is no university that can teach you that. Like me, I was passionate about filmmaking, documentary films, and crafting stories through visuals, but there wasn't a university, or as far as I know, those faculties are in private universities and they cannot afford the money to go and study that in the private universities. So this is the generation. We go to universities, we start universities, we go for that. And at the end of universities, we found ourselves not even being able to explain and tell the people what you did at universities. We find ourselves not mastering what we did. We did the chemistry, but we are unable to make juice, right? We did languages, we are unable to access ourselves in a foreign language. Here we go. We would like to have jobs, right? We find that the professional world outside there requires or needs professionalism, experience, and excellence. And we found ourselves not being in the relationship between what we did at universities and what we see in real life. That's why we hear people complaining. Why did we do this? Why did we do that? Why did we learn about the capital cities of the countries? Why did we learn about parts of an insect? Why did we do English, right? I think it is good. It is good after all to know a capital city of the country. If you can apply it in real life, there is nothing bad with learning a language because it is good to know it. If it is good after all, knowing to know how to express yourself in a foreign language, we cannot relate, what we did at universities and what is in real life. That's the problem that we see when we finish universities, right? Once we do not have the jobs, we are then frustrated, or we spend years and years home and we do not have the dream jobs that were promised by the time we were starting universities. We do not have the dream jobs that our uncles and the parents told us that we would get after finishing. We do not have that good life that our parents and uncles and aunties got when they finished what we are finishing now. Content creators are creating content, and we come here and we entertain you, right? We entertain you, we show you how we are doing certain things, but these contents, many of them are not solving your problems, are not solving your real problems. I remember when I finished university, there was no job, by the way, because I did communication. I did English language and literature and the communication. I remember doing communication somewhere in a company, but it didn't work. And I had friends by that time who wanted me to work in a bank. It was a confusing for me to find myself, working as a teller. For me, it was a confusion. I had to continue doing photography and videography because it was something that I was passionate about. I remember doing that from junior high school. Let me go and continue with photography. Keep on telling stories, keep on doing to the countryside, keep on, doing what I'm passionate about and start selling that. It was not easy to finish university and keep on doing photography and videography, because in this community, I think you know that doing photography and videography, I think you know how they take this craft. People take it like something, it is a job or a craft that is done by the people who do not know where they go. It's a craft that is done by the people who have nowhere else to go. Cameraman, come here, go back here, right? Do not tell me to stand up. Do not tell me to sit again, right? I think we are finished. When you take a photograph, they have to zoom it. I see there is something again. You do not fix it well. I will not pay you, right? And you have to continue and keep working. It's so just a small window where we can just go through and try to handle this life, even though we are frustrated. What is it? It is the internet. Let me tell you my story. I was passionate about storytelling, visuals, doing photography, doing filmmaking and documentary films, and also some journalism a little bit, but I didn't have that job in a radio or on a television. They are full. They are crowded. I said, let me start posting the pictures and writing things on the internet, Facebook, Instagram, wherever, and start doing that. Maybe I thought that maybe there might be someone who is watching this. There might be someone who is reading this. You don't know who are watching. You don't know who are just looking at what you're doing. They say, we have seen what you did and we are hiring you in this way. The professional world does not understand you because you did not do what you love. The professional world does not understand you because you did not get a job, because you did not have that faculty that you love. The world does not understand you, or the professional world does not understand you because you did not do filmmaking, because there was no filmmaking school in your country. If they say, we want a nice documentary film, you make it, and it is a competition. The world does not understand you because you did finance, but you loved photography. Excellence, competition. There is a competition in the world. We need to show the world what we love. We need to show the world what you are passionate about, because now the internet is not for neighbors. It's not for the country. It is international. If you can just use a foreign language. But after all, it is just for almost everyone who has got a smartphone and some internet connection. So that's how I started the Setback Podcast. The reason was inviting people to come and tell this generation, my peers, what it takes to become a professional. We would like to become someone. We would like to be someone in the future. We are inspired by the people. We see people around there and we would like to become like them. But we do not know what it takes to become that person that we see on the screen. That's why I invited the doctors, the journalists, the interpreters, the photographers, videographers, artists. By inviting them, the idea was, hey, come, listen to these people, and maybe you can be inspired and you can know what it takes to become that person that I'd like to become. I saw that it is of a paramount importance in this era If you know something, it is good to share it with the world. Even though you do not get the opportunity to practice it well, now there is on the internet. The idea that I have was to help my generation to tell their story to the world. After 1 year of doing the Setback Podcast, I would like to make it one step further. Not everybody cannot be on the set in the Setback to share their stories. You have a story, or you have something that you would like to share with the world, or maybe you've been to university, you've been to school, or maybe there is something you are good at and you would like to share it with the world in your own language, in your own way. But I have to make this clear. Everybody is not supposed to share their work on the internet. Some people are not comfortable with sharing with their work on the internet. Some people are not comfortable with social media. Some people are not comfortable, with talking to the camera. I'm talking to the people who say, like, I have something to share with the world. I know something. Maybe I know languages. Maybe I know how to do certain things. Maybe I know how to make cakes. Maybe whatever you want to know. But I do not have a studio. And I do not have expensive cameras, and I do not have a expensive sound system. So I'm struggling with the internet, but I would like to do that. I would like to share that with the world. Most of the videos that you watch on YouTube, how you can start creating your own content, it can be tricky. Those people are in Canada, those people are in America, and they are in Europe. They do not know your context. They do not know, how much money you have to start that. I understand them because they are teaching from what they see around them. So the problem is you go there, listen to them. They will tell you how you can, after crafting this story with your iPhone 15 Pro Max, you copy it in a MacBook Pro. And again, they will tell you this is how you can light up your office. The people who have bought all those things, they not buy that for only that. Some of them, like me, some of the cameras that I use here, I use them on documentary phones because I have other projects that I do that with. We do not have expensive telephones, even though we do not have expensive sound system, even though we do not have offices. We can just still start. You do not have to be perfect at creating videos because after all, you are not a videographer. After all, you are not a filmmaker. That's why we have started a series of the videos where we'll be teaching you how you can start sharing with the world with what you have. We show you even when you do not have an office, you can just start creating your content from here. Like here, you see we are in the mountains. Each and everyone who is watching this, I think you have a place like this. This place is free. Being here, you can start talking to your camera. You can start telling the world what you have. That to start a YouTube channel and start inspiring the other people. You'll be having the Setback Podcast, but most importantly, you'll be seeing another different playlist where we'll be teaching you how you can start your own podcast. We believe that everybody can start a podcast if you are passionate about it and if you love it, but you do not know how to start it from where you are. Maybe from your countryside, maybe from your neighborhood, maybe from home. You can just see what we are not doing and do it in your own way, right? In a different language. You can do that. We will be showing you how you can start your own podcast. Many of the documentary films that we'll be doing or that we are doing, it is all about inspiring people to know their roots, how the countryside is, the stories, the forgotten frame, the forgotten moment. Be doing that, and we show you how you can do a documentary film if you want. We'll show you how you can start. We will show you how to all start. Even when you do not have a lot of things to start with that. If you see us posting a video ad, we'll show you how we can do that. You have been asking why we host this, we do this in English. Internet is more international than local. When you come on the internet and start talking, you are talking to the world. And second, we need to think of speaking another language other than our mother tongue. Even though we are saying, share with the world what you know, share with the world with what you have. If you can say it in a local language, if you can also say it in another language, a foreign language, it will be an advantage. You know that some of the languages like English is a language of internet, is a language of business, is a language of technology, is a language of research. But we need a community of people who would like to say, like, even though I did not get an opportunity to study this at university, now the internet is there. Is almost free. If you have a one day connection, you can be connected and learn. Personally, I did not go to a filmmaking school. I remember having a certificate in cinematography online, and I also remember learning filmmaking, documentary films on YouTube and wherever. So now the internet is coming here just to save those who did not have opportunities to do what they wanted to do at universities. And the cool thing about sharing your knowledge on the internet is you don't have to be good or better than everybody else who is watching or listening to you, because it is very different from other institutions where they ask you for diploma, qualifications. Here, once you are some steps ahead of some people, you come and teach them. It is something that you can do not full-time but part-time, and you keep doing what you're doing. You are busy with your life, you are busy with your offices, but take some minutes, take some 2 hours or 3 hours a week, and you do it. Start sharing that with the world from where you are. Your story matters, your voice matters, and you have a story to tell the world, and you have something to show the world that you are good at, and maybe in some ways you can benefit from. See you. Thanks for being with us from start to the end.